Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome, finally, to the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. So frustrating. Anyway, we're going to have a good stream, you guys. I promise you. It is GBWC build stream. We are going to we're going to be sculpting some plastic. We're going to pull out the big pull out the big guns here, and we're going to go full Dremel on some plastic. Yeah. Work out some aggression. Lord knows I need it. Sorry for being late. 35 minutes to be exact. Had to handle some last minute work things that just kind of went. I'm sure you guys can all relate at some point. The phrase herding cats comes to mind. Anyway, so you guys rocking the Scully. That's so nice, right? I mean, look at that embroidery, man. Super detailed. Like, even down to the teeth, right? So good. Like, this right here, this is, like, my, like, everyday hat. No lie. Like, this is the hat I will throw on no matter what, right? This is the one. This is the way. So, yeah. So, if you want one of these awesome Scully hats, man, go hit up www.childofmecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You will find this hat, many more, shirts, prints of my work, all sorts of fun stuff in there. So go load up, right? If you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we are going to be working with here today, there is an Amazon link right down here below us on Twitch and YouTube. That side if you're watching on Facebook. Now, keep in mind, I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the price for you. It goes to help out me, it goes to help out the stream, and fuel our endeavors moving forward, as they always do. And if you are interested in kits, paints, tools, accessories, Mecha Decals, sheets 1 and 2, hit up our good friends right down yonder here, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine folks are definitely going to have what you need. Lastly but not leastly, as we've said in the past, if you like what we do here, if you enjoy the content, if you learn stuff, man, like, follow, subscribe on all the social medias. You'll see everything at that point. And if you know somebody or you know a group of people that may benefit from watching this stream, share it with them. Yeah. Call up Cousin Diane and say, hey, Diane, there's this guy that builds models on YouTube. I think you should watch. And Diane will be like, oh, really? Okay, well, I'll tune in. Your mission has been accomplished. Done deal. So, Cousin Diane, welcome to the Mecha Army. You guys, it's been one of those days. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's been one of those days. Let's get things in gear because if it wasn't for Alex Andrews, I would have forgotten to flip the screen and all that. So, Alex, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. And we're in gear. Okay, so, oh boy. Bill says I'm rocking my Airwolf shirt at work. What? It's actually kind of cool. I'm not going to lie, Bill. Airwolf was my jam back in the day. Especially the song. You know, the whole, oh, that was so good. So good, right? It's just a badass show. If you haven't watched it, man, it's fire. It's absolute fire. Anyway, just wanted to give a quick big old shout out to Mr. Zach Bleich of Galactic Toys. Zach actually sent me some new toys to play with here, and mind you, they're not really toys, but they're kind of cool little thingies here. Let me show you let's go camera 2. Let me show you what he sent me here, right? So the big one is is this right here? Look at that. MadWorks polishing compound. What? Look at this, you guys. MadWorks, right? And from the looks of it, it looks like we got, it's hard to read because these bottles are turned, but looks like we got coarse, this red one, and then fine, and then I believe that is, yeah, that says super fine in the green, right? So, pretty cool. I'm excited to try these. Obviously, the directions are all in Chinese, but we can make do. It's easy enough, right? And then in addition to that, he sent me this finishing compound. So I guess you use this when all is said and done, right? And then he also sent me these cool little polishing wheels. Yeah, look at that. That's cool, right? So, and then to put the polishing wheels into, check this out. He sent me Tiger Drill. It's a baby Dremel, right? Tiger Drill. I feel like what's her name? From Tiger King. Carol, what's her name? All you cool cats and kittens. I feel like she would use one of these to like buff her nails and like trim the tiger's claws and stuff like that. Anyway, this will be fun to dig into, right? Unfortunately, we're not gonna have time to dig into it today, because I just could not. I literally, Carol Baskins. Yes, Baskins is not home, right? Carol Baskins, that bitch. Jesus Christ, that show was just like such a train wreck. Ugh. Anyway, Gumpel Uruguay says Sagat favorite Dremel, right? Tiger Drill. It just, what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like Kill Bill, right? The Bride with the with the Bruce Lee style yellow jumpsuit on, right? Like, and I would imagine like the commercials would go something like this: Tiger Drill, right? I don't know why. I just feel that they would go that way. Whatever. Tiger Drill! Jesus Christ. Can you tell it's Friday yet? And can you tell I'm just like, right here? Christ. And now, part of me is going to actually be checking my phone as well during the stream, just to see if I've gotten any like blow up emails or anything here too. So bear with me. It's part of the hassle of having a full-time job and then full-time stream, right? Jeez. Yes, Carl over there on Twitch, Mr. Goalie 0. Oh, I lost my shit right there. He says I open the stream and Tim is yelling Tiger Drill at me. Tiger Drill! That's going to be an ongoing joke, I swear. Oh, shit. Carl, this is why. Tiger Drill. It's a little cordless USB baby Dremel, basically. Right? Charges through USB, so technically it's, it's cordless. But, yeah. Tiger Drill. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, guys, that's been my day. Hopefully your Friday has been a lot better, right? And I don't know, man. We got mechanism tonight. I don't know what kind of mechanism it's going to be. I really don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be sober or if I'm going to be 3 sheets to the wind. I can't tell you. I cannot predict it at this point. It's going to be a game time decision. I will tell you. But tune in and find out. Hey, Tiger Drill. Jesus. Oh boy. Anyway, let's get into building, shall we? Let's lose the hat. And let's wet the whistle a little bit here. Much better. Real quick, before we get into building, let's get caught up with the chat, shall we? Bill, Mr. Ruslam, he says, do not kill Bill. Why does everyone want to kill me? Nice. Nice. Let's see here. Superset 5, Mr. Michael is over there on Twitch. He says, I'm like 90% sure on what type of base I'm going for on my Dio. Still not sure on what model, but I've narrowed it down to 2 kits. Nice. So he knows the base, just not the model. Hey man, it's all good. It's all good. Oh god, yeah, and a couple other people are doing the Tiger Drill thing. Hi Craig, Mr. Colin is over there. He says Tiger Drill reminds me of Sagat from Street Fighter, right? Chris Pab says the polishing wheel should be with the drill, and they are. They all came together, right? Tiger Drill. My oh my. Pabby says I do, meaning he knows what kind of stream it's going to be tonight, right? What kind of mechanism? Yeah. Alex Andrew says Tiger Drill is going to become like G Gundam for you, Tim. Oh, dude, it's so much better already than G Gundam. Tiger Drill. You know what? That would be a great transition screen, wouldn't it? Have you guys seen Pab's transition screen? Very nice, I should say. Just like a very nice diagonal wipe down the screen. I was very impressed, Pabby. Very impressed. I liked that. See, what I should do now to up the ante, so to speak, is I should come in and my transition should be like Tiger Drill, and then like that, do a chop, and that's where the. I'm not going to do that, but I just think that it would be funny. I don't know. I find these things hilarious. Oh my god. Anyway. Kelvin Branham is over there on YouTube. What's going on, Kelvin? He says, Tim, ordered double on 1/100 Mecha 1 and 2 decals and 1/100 Hayaku Shiki. Look at you, man. Got to get building. Yes, sir, you do. And thank you. I appreciate you picking up those Mecha decals. Go buy Mecha decals. You'll see that on Mechanism tonight. Probably more than once. Gunpla Uruguay says, got the lemonade. Ready, Tim? And again, I don't even know. I'm like so just over today. I may just want to chill. I may not want to indulge. I may just sit back and just be like, Mikkel, you host. And then he'll be like, come on, son. Right? Because that's Mikkel. Oh, my God. Let's see. Blood Raven is over there on YouTube. They say, I haven't watched in a few weeks, so I wanted to ask how the video/tutorial production is coming along. Slowly but surely. Let's put it that way. Slowly but surely. The pieces are starting to definitely come together, and we'll get there. We'll get there very, very soon. Trust me on that. Because I have been like chomping at the bit wanting to get that out, and setback after setback after setback after delay, and it just pisses me off. Soon though, all of the pieces are starting to fall into place. Let's put it that way. Kyle says, congrats, Bill, on the stream promotion. Hey, there you go. Good job to Bill, right? Bro Builder, Mr. Brian, is over there. He says, I heard some rumors about Mechanism. Oh? Do tell. Let's see. Pab says, let me know if you want one made, Tim, the transitions. Yeah, I mean, it would have to be like Tiger Drill. Actually, it would be like this. It would have like the... Let's go camera 1 so you guys can get the full effect of this possible transition that we're never going to do. So it would have sound effects, the right, and then you would do the Tiger Drill, And then it'd have to be like wipe back, available at Galactic Toys, right? Something like that. It's just my thought process. Always refining. Always refining. Bill says, Alex, you should watch Pab's stream Saturday at 7 Central Standard Time. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Goalie Zero, Carl says, just be glad they're not a pair of USB nippers. You'd be yelling tiger nips. Oh, hey. That's one I don't want to yell. I don't mind tiger drill. Tiger nips? I don't know. We'll let Frankie handle that one, right? Kyle says, let Tex host. If she wants to, sure. We'll figure it out. Chris Pab says, yo, listen, right? That's Mikkel. Brian says, oh shit, Mikkelism? Nah, just being stupid, Brian. Being stupid. Alex Andrews says, Pab's stream is at 1 a.m. in the morning for me. Yeah, but technically, aren't my night streams like in the middle of the night for you too? I don't know. Pab says, we haven't had a Mikkelism for a while. Do you really want another Mikkelism? Julius Dembski, Sarge. He says, tonight on Mechanism, everyone should begin their intro with Tiger Drill. You know that's going to be an ongoing joke tonight. You know that's going to happen. I will make that happen. Bill says, Mikkel host. You know that, will be said a lot, Jesus, everybody's got a Mikkel little saying. That's funny as hell. Blood Raven says, thanks, then best of luck. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alex says, Pabs, you on the stream? Yeah, Pabs on the stream. It's going to be a full house tonight, you guys. Like, everybody and their brother is just like, yeah, I'm going. Kyle says, need the Tiger Drill rev sound effect, right? Tiger Drill. Just keeps getting funnier in my head. Pab says, I can just have the video of you right now clipped, and as you chop, the screen will chop into the next screen, right? Tiger Drill. Jesus. And my shirt would be different and everything, Just saying. Let's see. Andrew's over there, RF Aurora. He says, hi all. Just got home. It was crazy in town today. Dude, it's crazy everywhere today. Must be in the water. Bill says, Pabs stream on YouTube, Red Suns, or just search his name, Chris Pabs. There you go. Carl says, Frankie Zero, sponsored by Tiger Nips. Oh, yeah? For Frankie. Nice. Oh, yeah? I can't do it. I can't fucking do it, man. I did it that one time, and that was it. I will fall out if I have to do it again. Like, not happening. Not happening. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Carl says, yeah, you can see that. Yeah, I can see that too. Bill says you can always watch his streams later, just like Tim. Hey. Alex says, to be fair, Tim, I haven't caught a night stream in like 2 weeks. Yeah, dude, yeah. Like you said, it's in the middle of the freaking night for you. I don't blame you, honestly. Goalie Zero, Mr. Carl, is over there on Twitch. He says, the Tiger Drill drinking game on Mechanism caused 12 Gunpla streamers to die of alcohol poisoning. Tiger Drill stock up. More news at 11. It's pretty damn funny, I'm not going to lie. Kyle says, listen to the testimony on the Tiger Drill from your lovable Tiger King. There you go. Bill says, Tim, he would definitely Photoshop a Pabs shirt on you for the transition, right? I wouldn't blame him, though, for that. That's payback. Alex says, and I searched Chris Pabs and it came up with nothing. Red Suns did. Gotcha. It's probably not that Red Suns because it came... Pabs says, Chris Pabs, one word. Oh, and it's right there. Click on his name, Alex. Like, you can literally click on his name. It's just that simple. It's how technology works. Oh. I don't even know if I want to work today. Honestly. Maybe I just should start drinking. Pre-game, right? Jesus. And I don't even want to drink, honestly. Alright, so let's check the phone one more time. Oh, shit. Hang on, let's see something here. 1 second, you guys. Oh, yes! Perfect. Perfect. 1 second, I'm replying to a work text. Boom. Sweet. And what's the email I got? Ah, yeah. We are in business. We are in business. All right, now, if everybody just follows the fucking directions, we'll be fine. I don't expect that to happen, though. Anyway, Alex says, Tim, I'm on my crap-a-top. Fun. If I open a second tab, this thing's going to go boom. Yeah, fair enough. Kyle H says, just mix some drinks with the Tiger Drill. Yeah, I mean, you could put a little mixing paddle on this thing and just, just be like, Tiger Drill. I'm done. I am done. Let's go camera 2, yeah? Here we go. All right. So, we are going to slightly pivot away from the remixed beam rifle and tackle something a little more difficult. That. This is one of the things that I've kind of been dreading to go back to. Trying to mirror this freaking thing here on the other leg, right? Because obviously you can't make a mold of it because it's the exact mirror opposite of it, right? So that's out of the window. So what we have to do is painstakingly go in and replicate all of these angles, panels, lengths, position, everything by hand and hope that they're accurate, right? So, excuse me. Now, that's what the two look like right now. And this one is way, way off from this one, right? So, I was kind of working last night on the gun, just a little bit, just a tad. And I kind of got an idea of how to do it. I was thinking about it a little bit, and then I was just like, had a little bit of a eureka moment, if you will, right? So, the other side of the legs here, this is the first side that I did, right? And there's the second side. And let's get these two swapped so you can see a better comparison of the two. Not bad. Not bad. The angles match. The lengths on the angle brakes match. It's a damn fine duplication, if I do say so myself, of a very, very, very complicated plating procedure, right? So the way that I did it was a bit interesting. It was a bit interesting, and I'm going to show you how I did it and how we're going to clean up this cluster of a piece right here, right? Because this is just, it's all over the place. I mean, it's just off in la la land compared to the original. But I feel confident that we can duplicate these pieces. I feel confident in that fact. But to do that, first, what we need to do is we need to make a template of this piece. Now, the obvious question is, how the hell do we do that, right? Because what you've got here are multiple facets on this thing. And as you can see by, the writing on the piece itself, multiple angles and then multiple lengths of angle breaks there, right? So this is not necessarily an easy type of thing to duplicate at any at any turn. So what I came up with is this, and it worked pretty well. So let's get our 1, 2, 3 block in here. Let's put that piece right there. What I did was I made a template of this thing, right? And that's basically our secret weapon. Alexander says, question.
We have a question.
He says, couldn't you just resin copy the piece? No, you can't. Because these are exact mirrors of each other. So you can't resin copy the piece. Because if I resin copied this piece, it wouldn't fit on this side, right? That's not an option at this point, unfortunately. So we have to go old school. So what I did was this, right? So there's this angle break right down here at the bottom, right? And that's going to be where our tape is placed. And we're going to place it, well, you know what? I should probably put my eyes on so we can get better placement of the tape here. All right, so what we're going to do, like I said, is put this tape down right there along that angle break. And that's going to be our origin line, so to speak. And then tape this down right across this panel here, and then right up onto this flat part. Now, the one constant in this entire piece is the actual height of the plastic. The plastic height is the exact same. So the amount of plastic that I plated onto the original Jesta piece is the same. That's important. That's very important. So we make sure that this surface right here, this flat part, is perfectly attached. And we make sure that this side is perfectly attached, because these are going to be our two most crucial surfaces. Now, what we do here is we trace the outline. Very, very carefully. Just like that. All right? We're going to trace this thing all the way around this flat section right here. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to trace in this angle break here to the edge of the piece, and then we're going to trace in, we're going to trace in the actual edge of the piece, especially with this corner. This corner right here, that's absolutely crucial to trace in, because that is basically going to be our locator. And there we go. Now, we're not done yet. Peel this off. There's our template for this thing, right? But obviously we can't just stick it over here because it's a mirror. It won't work. So what we're going to have to do is leave it just like that, and then get us some double-sided tape here. We just need a little bit. We don't need a lot, right? We don't need a lot. Just a bit. Just a teeny, teeny, tiny bit. Now we're going to pull this piece, this mirrored piece off of the other leg. And what we're going to do, since this surface right here is the one that we kind of measured off of, we're going to put the tape right across that. And down on this surface, we're just going to wrap it around just for cleanliness here, right? Just like that. Now, what we can do is we can take this template and get it located properly on this piece. And that's where the angle, this little corner comes into play, right? That's important. Now we have to line this up just kind of perfectly here. Now, obviously, this is the sticky side out, right? Which we're going to have to kind of deal with. Let's get that kind of burnished down into the double-sided tape there. Now, what we've got is a pretty decently located template there. So what we can do now is pull that as tightly as we possibly can to make sure that that's flat on there, right? Take our little generalized scriber and then just pop little points at the corners of this piece. Okay. Now we've got simple perforations in the piece that we can basically play off of. We don't need this template anymore. That template is pretty much trash at this point, right? So there we go. Now what we can do, what I like to do here, is really kind of exaggerate these holes, because these are going to be sanded down anyways. So it's not even a big deal that they're there, right? Just like that. And there we are. All right, so now what I like to do is to just simply connect these lines, and that gives me a visual indication of where these angle breaks are going to happen. Just like that. And then the other thing that I like to do is to connect the dots with the outside angles. So for this, I'm going to connect it right up there. And this is just basically giving us a general idea of where these angle breaks are going to happen, right? Just a simplistic idea. Just a visual kind of reference, right? Okay. And there's kind of our piece all plotted out with the same surfaces. Right? Simple. Simplistic. Somewhat elegant. Yeah. Anyway, let's get caught up here. Superset over there on Twitch has got a question. Would something as detailed as an Origin kit look in universe with kits the 2.0 anime look with added details? I don't see why not. Yeah. Let's see. Paktan says having experience doing roofing helps a lot when dealing with a lot of different angles. Yeah, I imagine it would. With all the compound angles and shit. I'm not good with it. He says the height being the same should make it easy then. I would just measure it and lay it out drafting style, then reverse it. There you go. Great minds, right? Alex Andrews says, man, I dislike 9 p.m. postman deliveries. Jesus. Pab says, I do not miss Royal Mail at all. There you go. Brian Brobuilder says, Alex, for a single build, that's a waste of time and money / supplies. I missed something. Anyway. Pab says, I've never had the displeasure of working with DPD, but I stand by my stance with Royal Mail. There you go. Paktan says, put another piece on the sticky side, then it won't be sticky. Yeah, more trouble than it was worth, honestly. Let's see. Alex says, what do you mean, Bro Builder, in reference to my resin comment? Yeah, I don't know. Pab says, in hindsight, would it have been easier to make these pieces rounded like the RX-78? Probably, but I didn't want to make them rounded. I wanted to make them angled, to keep a bit of flavor from the Jesta. So, no. It would have been easier, but it's not what I wanted to do. Sometimes the easiest way out is not the best way out. Paktan says, I would say rounding it would make it harder without having any reference points. Well, there's a case there too, right? Sadbug Plays over there on Twitch says DPD are a UK delivery company that perhaps the worst ever. Nice. Tex is with us. She's waving hi with a robot and beers clinking, and I can't tell what that last one is. Is it like a city Moon Knight? Probably in reference to Mechanism. Yeah. So, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, back to this. So, obviously, with us needing to get down to this flat part here, there's going to be a lot of plastic removal. A lot of grinding off of these surfaces and everything like that. When I first attempted to duplicate this part, I took the plastic way, way, way down too far. And so I had to relaminate some of these surfaces, which I did not have to do on this piece. So that kind of sucks big time, but I'm confident that we can get this into the shape that we need it to be, or at least a very, very close facsimile of the piece we need it to be, right? So let's get to dremeling, yeah? Pab says, I think it translates to, hi, mechanisms, we getting drunk tonight. Probably. Who knows, after the day I had, might be a good thing. Let's check the email here real quick. Just make sure there's no fires. Hey, no email. No email is good email, right? Right, kids? There we go. Done. Cool deal. All right. Bill says, hey, drunk mechanism tonight. Probably. And she might be gambling because she's rolling the sevens. I don't know. So yeah, so Armida, we were talking about maybe having a different host tonight because it's been a shit day and I don't know if I even want to do it. So, facsimile, that's now the word of the day. No, man, that's not the word of the day. It's totally not. It's totally not the word of the day. The word of the day is Tiger King. That's the word of the day. She says, nah, that was me being lazy. Jackpot. Ah, suck it up, Buttercup. We were going to have you host, but fuck you now. That ain't happening. Shit. Goddamn. Why so mean? I'm a sensitive boy. Anyway. Let's get to Dremelin, shall we? Alright. So... we need to take this piece down a lot. Like, a lot. Woo off the hook. Yeah, right. I don't know if that's going to happen now. So, one good thing is that we've already reached that one breakpoint right there with this bevel. So that's good. So now we just have to clear out this bottom half of this particular surface here, because what I'm seeing is that it's real close to the little pilot hole there, but then it kind of goes out this way. So that means there's more material down here that needs to be cleared out than up top here. So let's do that. Alright, cool. So we've got, we've almost got that right up to our line. Now I don't want to take it right up to the line with the Dremel. I want to be able to fine tune this with one of the bastard files. So we're going to leave that as is, right? Now, this top piece here, we'll be able to Dremel a little bit out of this, because essentially we just need to change the angle. We don't need to Dremel anything down here. We just need to bring the angle of this down to meet this line. And same thing with this. Same thing with this one here. We're pretty much, well, actually we probably will need to take off a little bit off the entire surface, but again, we're just mostly going to angle this section up here near the top down closer to the break point. And then obviously we need to shape this whole surface down to meet that that line there as well. And then we'll treat the bottom here, because we've got some more specialized beveling and stuff like that here at the bottom. So that's kind of the plan of action at this point. So let's get back to it. Alright. Very good. Alright, so we've got this top part here. This is all kind of, this surface here is kind of the wild card of this piece because it's kind of rounded a little bit, and we'll go back in here with the files and stuff like that and sandpaper and just kind of smooth this out and feather everything in. But that's kind of looking pretty decent thus far. It's coming down right to that line. Next up is this guy right here, and let's do ourselves a favor and quickly just kind of draw this line back in here so we kind of know where to stop with the Dremel. Okay, so far so good. We're making a good bit of mess here. That's the successful part, right? We're making a good bit of mess. Let's see. Bill says let Kyle host. Everyone getting kicked tonight, right? RBT 208. Got a little plastic. He says, what Dremel bit is that? Very good question. This is just a big old kind of cylindrical rotary bit, right? This is from the set here. This set that is on the Amazon page, just below. And this is a super aggressive double cut cylindrical bit. It's even got, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not. Focus. There it is. It even has cuts in the top, so you can kind of get a flat kind of surface, if you will. But yeah, this is one of the sets, and very good stuff to have. Nice and straight, so it, you know, if you have a steady hand, you can get nice straight surfaces and everything too. So, real quick before we continue, let's draw this back in here. Right, like that. So that's going to give us a better indication of how to transition this surface down onto this line, right? Because essentially what we're going to do is we're going to trim out the shape of the actual piece, right? If we look at this now, it's already cut out a little bit, but it's not beveled to the point where we need it to be right now. So that's kind of part of it. Got plastic all over me. And it's even, look at this shit. Look at that. All up in my grill. Wipe that off. That's what happens when you Dremel shit like this. You get plastic everywhere. It's disgusting, but it works. Yeah. Anyway, Bill says that looks like a carving bit. John Kyle says I can't be trusted with power. Yeah. Manny says Kyle will be like, boom, banhammer, right? Sad Bug Plays over there on Twitch says, this must take nerves of steel. I hardly paint my kits without worrying. Never mind cracking out the Dremel. I'm not going to lie, it does take a bit of experience and a bit of a fine touch, right? As you can see, we're making a very, very fine kind of snow-like dusting of plastic here rather than going, full bare and melting the plastic. We're actually just lightly grinding the plastic off. And, yeah, this is these fine little shards of plastic, and this is basically what you get. It's like plastic sawdust, honestly, right? It's basically like plastic sawdust. So, but the Dremel can be very aggressive, and you got to be stupid careful with it. Very, very careful, or else it'll just melt, and that's not what we want. We want it to grind. So, yeah, it takes a bit of practice, that's for sure. Let's see. R4 Andrew says, "God, the dentist drill." Right? Hey, there's Ern the Fern, Mr. Ernesto Reyes. What's going on, Ern? He says, surgery time. Yeah, dude. Plastic liposuction, basically, is what we're doing. Plastic body sculpting. Booyah. Boom. Alex Andrews says, gonna have to bounce streams, being a pain because my laptop. Catch you guys sometime next week. Enjoy Mechanism. Stay safe, y'all, and drink responsibly, you Mechanism peeps. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you, buddy. Paktan says, my only problem with Dremel tools keeping me from using them modeling is that you really have to watch the speed. If you run too fast, it melts the plastic. Yeah. Actually, I'm running mine at full bore. So this is cranking up to, it says 30,000 RPM. And, I think the main thing is just having a super light touch, right? Because yeah, it'll melt the plastic before it does anything, right? So here, we're just with a scrap piece of plastic, right? Watch. There we go. And see, kids, this plastic here, see how soluble that is and pliable? That's melted. Yeah, that is melted plastic. Same thing with this bit here. That is all melted, and it's probably, it's not that hot anymore. But as soon as it comes off of there, that is screaming hot. The melting point for polystyrene, I think, is at about 225 degrees Fahrenheit. So, pretty damn hot. You don't want that shit on your skin. Trust me, I know. More than several times. But yeah. It's kind of what you get. You get melting if you're not super careful, So, Paktan, you're right, man. You're right. Bill says, to Paktan, that is why we recommended the rotary tool from Taclite on his Amazon. The speeds are better for this hobby. Yeah, for detailing stuff, yeah, the Baby Dremel here, the Taclife, or Tiger King, or Tiger, shit, I fucked it up. Tiger Drill. Whatever. Paktan says, ain't so much thing as a light touch from me. I have so many broken tools from working on cars. Oh, I gotcha. He says, I have parts missing from a tattoo that 300 plus degree hot melt. Whew, yeah. And Bill says it's also handier to use. Yeah. The only problem with this type of procedure is if I was to use the baby Dremel, the Tack Life, this would take me a long time to get through the parts and everything. With the big powerful, the big boy, obviously it's, you know, less of a task, so to speak. So let's get back to it. We got one surface that we gotta get into shape here. Okay. All right. So here we go. Much better, sort of. All right. So we've got these in a much better way. If we look at these this way, the angles are much closer, surfaces are much finer. If we look at it from this direction, much closer to what it should be, right? So what we've got is we've got all the surfaces basically angled to where they need to be to form our little shape here. Now, we didn't take it all the way down to you know, the pencil line, because we need to be able to fine-tune each of these facets, each of these surfaces here. Why can't I hold it? To get the final shape, right? To get the final shape. So, with that being said, what we're going to do first is pull out the bastard. Not the little bastard, not the big, this is just the bastard. And we're going to go to town and we're going to flatten these surfaces out here. And basically get these down to a workable surface. This will basically take away any, you know, Dremel marks and stuff like that where we went a little heavy, because there are a couple divots right here that we need to basically file down. Come on. that's looking pretty good. Now, what we can also do is we can pull out the 400 grit sanding block and also kind of work on this surface a little bit too. But we also have to watch our angle break. We don't want to go past this point, right? Our angle break right now is looking really, really nice. So we don't want to necessarily go past that. So we're just trying to flatten this surface out here more than anything. We're going to take a little bit off, but once we get this surface worked, that will start to migrate back. So that'll be a good thing as well. All right, come on, you. Like I said, this piece is not the easiest piece in the world to hold, hence the dropping of it. Let's get this block cleaned up here. I am literally dropping everything today, you guys. Jeez. Oh my God. It's a fumble! Christ. There we go. Surface is semi-clean now. Back to it. Yeah. Nice and flat. Okay, now we can start to work around the piece and get these surfaces fine-tuned, flattened, and just basically locked into where they should be, right? And we're right up to that line. Just angle in just a bit, and that should start to work itself in toward that line. Yeah, that's starting to eat away at that line. So we're going to stop there for just a little bit. We're going to start now to work on this surface here. It's probably the best way to hold this right now. Alright, see, and yeah, that angle break, it migrated this way a bit, but now that we're working this surface, it's starting to move back down to where we want it to be. So that's a good thing. What? She says, man, you need a nap. Whatever. Arthur says, to use a horse tranquilizer on me. Thank you, Andrew. Dick. Anyway, Malifest TV is over there on Twitch. They have a question.
We have a question.
They say, okay, so question, GBWC and other build-off contests, most state Bandai plastics only. My question is, can I use plow plate or polystyrene in these builds for kit bashes? Most ruling doesn't state this question. Ah, that's actually a decent question. Yes, you can. For GBWC and for the Bandai Hobby Open, you absolutely can use styrene, plow plate. You can scratch build parts, epoxy putty, all that fun stuff. The few exceptions would be 3D printed parts. You can't do that. And then also you cannot use like conversion kits outside of B Club, because B Club is a Bandai hobby product. Now that's only for the Bandai Hobby Open. GBWC, unfortunately, can't use any conversion kits. That is a staunch no-no. 3D printed parts are also a no-no, but then, like I said, you can scratch build parts, you can plate up parts, modify them, epoxy putty. You can resin cast your own pieces that you make. You know, stuff like that. But you know, what I would say is take a look at the Bandai Hobby Open rules, because they are very, very similar to the GBWC rules. So, yep. Good question, though. Good question. Paktan says, does anyone know if anyone makes a 1/100 conversion for the Zagok, or Zagok E-type? If no one makes one, I might make that my next project. There you go. Tex says, man, you need a nap. Okay, whatever. Ty Furious, Paktan, do the Pabs call and say resin. He might have an answer, right? Superset 5 says, welcome to my world, LOL. I drop almost everything every day, right? Keelhole Kev, what's going on, Kevin? He says, did you make most of your own sanding blocks? Some, yeah. So I've got a 600 and I've got a 400. That's really what I use the most, but I can easily make more. So, yeah. And Kev, if you want to see how I made this one, I have a tutorial on my website, chowtomecha.com. Go hit it up. It's easy. It's actually pretty easy. Let's see. Paktam says it would be more like a trank for a pony. Tim, ain't that big, I hear. Fuck you. Yeah, with the short jokes. That's fine. Whatever. It's funny, though. Bill says, Paktan, not sure if it was Zagok E, but I know UC Scale had a resin conversion kit at one time. Paktan says, I'll have to look at it. I don't want to waste my time making my own if one exists. Yeah. Bill says, it wouldn't be a waste. There are tons of variations of the same build with different details. I say make it. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad project, right? Pab says, yes, I was summoned. Ty Furious says, oh, well, there he is, right? Tex says, wasn't there a G system one? I don't know. Pab says, there was a side 3 Zagok conversion. There you go. I think the G system one was a full kit, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I thought it was like a 1/72. I don't know. No idea. Ha ha, hoo ha, hee ha, hoo ha ha. Shark bait, ooh ha ha. Anyway, back to work. Back to dropping plastic. All right, how are we gonna do this? This particular surface is not the easiest to sand down here. Man, we're right there. We're right there at that line. Come on, you. Work with me here. Work with me. Come on. Get down in that line. Come on, goddammit. Jesus Christ. We're right there. We're right there on the bevel or the brake line here. And it's just not moving into where we need it to be. There we go. Much better. Much better. All right. Ring of Fire, Tex says. Yeah, well. Love a good old Johnny Cash, don't you? Let's see. We'll save this bit for the sandpaper and the smaller files. We're not going to hit that with the with the big, with the bastard here, because we've got this raised plated detail that I do not want to try and damage at this point, because if you don't have to recreate details that you've already created, then that's a good thing in my opinion. Just saying. I don't know why it would be a bad thing. Or no, it would be a bad thing. I don't know why it wouldn't be a good thing. Let's put it that way. I don't know. Maybe I do need a nap. Shit. It's been a day. Just as long as people follow my fucking directions, that's all that matters. Really, at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. Just follow the directions. I know what I'm talking about. It's my job. Okay, that's getting close to that line. Right there. We're right there. We're so very, 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 very close. Come on. Man, we are right there. Right there. We're right there. Come on, goddammit. Almost. Cool. All right. We'll leave it at that. Let's try to sand this surface down here, get this flattened a little bit, because this side here, this side is just a very gradual. It's rounded over to this this surface here, right? So we don't necessarily need a hard edge right there either. So it's not a big deal if we do happen to round that over, because that's essentially what we're gonna end up wanting. All this dust is kicking up. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right, excellent. That surface right there is pretty much dead on where we need it to be. All right, so let's zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see what we've got here. So we've got, where's the shadow? So we've got a pretty good angle break right here. It's not perfectly straight just yet. We still need to fine tune that a little bit. What we need to do, I think, is to drive this top part in to the plastic more. So make this angle a little bit more like that, right? So that's what we're going to end up having to do here, because it's not perfect. That angle break is not perfectly straight, so that means that one of the surfaces is likewise not perfectly straight. Because if it was, then that angle break would be perfectly straight as well, right? Maths. Let's switch out to this little guy here. Now, if you were to just use one of these needle files, this would take you forever. Like forever, right? Just stupid long time. But it's perfect for fine-tuning and just getting your shapes in here, right? All right, so got a bit of 400 grit sandpaper here. That's what we're using to shape, so this is perfectly fine. We're basically just going to feather this surface in. Cool. We just made that pencil line disappear. So now we can go about rolling this over. There we are. Perfect. And then we've got a little bit of overhang here from the sheet, the plastic sheet that I applied. We'll trim that later and get that all cleaned up. But yeah, that's a more of a curve there than anything, right? So should be good. All right, let's clean up these other surfaces, and then we'll start to attack the top. Okay. Very good, very good. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting there. This is all just kind of plastic sculpting 101. Just trying to get these surfaces to match. And I think we're doing a pretty damn good job thus far. It's starting to look very, very similar now, right? This flat surface here is starting to mirror both of these. So that's really good. Really, really good. Okay. All right. So those 4 sides are looking pretty good. Now, the tough part, we need to tackle the top here. So let's start to get this flattened out, and then we'll start to roll this over and everything, because like I said in the beginning, this is more of a kind of a curved bit of surface. That's why it's a little bit more difficult in this particular scenario here. We're also going to have to angle this down a bit. Okay. Looking pretty good. Let's hit this with the sandpaper here. Ideally, what we're trying to do is just kind of feather this whole thing in, right? All right. Pretty good so far. Let's go back to the sanding block here. Okay. Okay, right there. Need to focus our attention. Nice. Nice and smooth. Reason why I did that is because there's like a little dip right here. It's hard to, you probably can't even see it on camera, but it's right there. Oh, you can see it. Look at that. See that little highlight there in the shadows. Just that little lip right there above my fingernail. Right there. Just that little thing. It's kind of sticking out there, right? Yeah. Scuffles! He's over there on Twitch. He says, "Happy Friday, Tim." What's going on, man? What's going on? All right. Back to the sandpaper. Let's see if we were successful with this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. All right. Let's compare notes. Not bad. All right, let's check height. Heights here. That looks pretty good. Heights here. That's pretty good. On this side. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so now the true test is to measure the length of the angle break, right? So from this point to this point, we're looking at 14 millimeter, right? So this top part, 14 millimeter. That length, 14 millimeter. Nice. All right, so let's measure this back bit here. That's 11. This is 11. Nice. All right, so what that tells me is that the angles and everything like that here and all the surfaces, they match up pretty damn well with one another. Not bad. All right, just measure a couple more here. Oh, that's the... That is 15. That looks like 15. All right, cool. No need to continue on. These angles and everything are pretty much the same, which is really, really relieving. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll finish sand these little these surfaces here, and then we'll address the sides, and we'll address the little holes and stuff like that in here as well that we used as guides, right? One step at a time, one step at a time. Yeah, I was not really looking forward to this, mainly because it's such a pain in the ass. But now that I kind of figured out the methodology of duplicating these surfaces, made it much more bearable and tolerable to work with. Very good. Okay. And there, ladies and gentlemen, we have duplicated surfaces. Mirrored duplicated surfaces. Now let's trim the outside of any excess plastic here. Okay, very good there. We'll sand that. We'll finish sanding that here in a minute. But that's a good, very good start to things. Very good indeed. All right. Just like that. Alright, so now that's looking pretty damn good. Round over that front section here because that's the way that it is on the other piece. Just like that. Let's get some finish sanding here on these edges. Just like that. A little bit more scraping here. All right. That's looking good there. These surfaces are all good. Some little minor surface imperfections here and there. We have to address the guide holes that we made a little bit earlier, but as an overall, not bad. Let's go ahead and throw this onto the actual kit, and then we can kind of compare profiles. All right, so there's the original. These are the two. These are the first pieces that I made, right? These two calf parts. And then there's that. Not bad. Not bad. We still need to bevel the bottom here, right? So that we have the same look. So we'll do that next. But before we do that, let's get caught up with the chat, shall we? All right. Let's see. Where did we leave off? As I step on the Dremel here. Jesus, where did we leave off? Oh, text to Bill. Yeah, Chris and I are legit having a sidebar convo on it. Well, there you go. Bill says, I'm going back and forth with updating job files and keeping up as best I can. LOL. Hope y'all can figure something out for him. Nice. Text says, time to get creative, Paktan. There you go. Malifest TV over there on Twitch has a question.
We have a question.
About putty, Tamiya, Milliput, and Sprue melted in solvents. Any of them better than each other? Also, do they have shrinkage over time? The Milliput isn't probably the greatest in the world, but you can get by in a pinch with it. The melted Sprue in solvents, which is also referred to as Sprue goo, I don't recommend at all because it takes literally days for it to fully cure, if it even does, right? So that leaves the Tamiya epoxy putty, which by far and away is the best. That's what I use. That's what I used to beef up and reshape the knee armor here for the Jesta, well, RX. But yeah, Tamiya epoxy putty by far and away is the best, in my opinion, epoxy putty out there for hobbies, especially for modeling. So I would say go with Tamiya. Use the quick type. Don't use the smooth surface. That stuff is crap. Use the quick type if you can get it. Yeah. Andrew says, we need a 1/100 high gog. Not bad, yeah. Paktan says, I'm always creative, and I do love me some obscure Xeon mobile suits. There you go. Michael Crumrine's over there on YouTube. He says, how thick was the original piece of plot plate you applied before dremeling it down? Let's see. Probably at least a good 4 millimeters of plate stacked up on this thing. Yeah, there you can see obviously the blue is the surface of the Jesta original piece, but then the white is obviously the polystyrene. So yeah, about 4 millimeters stacked up from that surface. Mainly because I wanted to give it a more curved style look to it, similar to this, because the calves on the Jesta are anemic at best. Very, very thin in this profile angle. Not bad otherwise, but very, very thin if you look at it straight on or from the back or whatever. So that's why I wanted to beef it up. That's why I added, 4 mil on either side. And then obviously these taper down to a much thinner amount of plating, right? So it kind of gives that taper of kind of the back of a leg, like the calf muscle. So, yeah. Tex says, someone could steal Tim's identity with this zoom level of detail. She knows what that means. Paktan says, frame him. No, don't do that. Bill says, shh, Pabs is sculpting resin fingerprints for us all. Nice. Jesus. Criminals. All of you. Kyle says, but with today's sponsor, NordVPN, we can prevent that. What? Yeah, Sam L says, Nord, I thought it was Raid Shadow Legends. There you go. Tech says, Nordstrom's? No. Kyle says, that's the game you should play after the stream. Huh. Paktan says, all the plastic dust looks like his fingers are shedding. Yeah, no, I mean, for real, right? Sam L says, honestly, I played it for a long time. Don't waste your time, right? Tech says he said that after admitting he played it for a long time. Oh, well. Scubble says, Tim, you should draw a box on your cutting board so you know where, when you're in frame or out of the camera frame. Currently, we can't see you cut. Yeah, well, that's going to be a constant battle no matter what, right? Sam L says, I wasted a lot of time, learned from my mistakes. There you go. RF Aurora Andrew says, has anyone made any of the UC hard graph sets? I have the code name Cyclops team coming and looking for input. Man, I have a few of them. I haven't made them yet, but they're just basically like your kind of Tamiya tank kits and stuff like that, right? Paktan says, I waste too much time gaming and never learn not to. Fair. Sadbug Plays over there on Twitch says, I end up out of shot all the time when I stream this stuff too. It's harder than you think. That's very true, right? Scuffle says, yeah, I figured as much. Sadbug, but was just trying to give him a possible workaround. Better than nothing, I guess. No, and that's the thing. Like, because I'm sitting at an angle, even if I had a box, and that's kind of what that is right there. It kind of tells me the center of what you guys are seeing, so I try to stay here as much as possible. But at my angle, at my sight angle, it looks like I'm up here, right? So I pull back a lot to try and compensate, but it just never works out. It's just, yeah, it is what it is. RBT208, Tim, you enjoy wasting time you enjoy wasting is not time wasted. There you go. Bill says, I have seen the hard graph sets built, but no personal experience. Sadbug over there on Twitch says, it's a good idea, to be honest. Yeah, no, it is. It absolutely is. They say, oops, I may have dropped something on my keyboard. Please ignore that spam. Hey, now. Paktan, that is true. There you go. Bill says, I mean, all gaming is technically wasting your time, but if you enjoy it, then it isn't all bad. Not like people have sunk hundreds of hours recently playing Animal Crossing or anything. Yeah, right? Sunk hundreds of hours recently playing Animal Crossing. Wow, I wonder who Bill could be talking about there, right? Scuffles over there on Twitch says, yeah, I left off where I said Happy Friday. There you go. Tex says, I will burn every tree on your island, Bill. Guilty? Guilty much? Paktan says, I probably have years of my life in gaming. Started at like 5 in almost 42. There you go. Bill says, I don't have an island. Never started Animal Crossing. Tex says, is Texas not an island? Wow. Violent. Bill says, good luck burning all of Texas. He also says, and to answer your question, yes, Texas is an island. We are surrounded on all sides by idiots. Whoa. And then Tex says, fuck off. That was, to me, for that thing. She gets it. R for Aurora Andrew says, smooth criminal. Yeah, right. Annie, are you okay? Rika Paul Carlson says, Bill, get off my island. Bill says I was here first. There you go. Nice. All right. Back to work, kiddos. Back to work here. That didn't take too long now, did it? What is it, 5:25 right now. So that took over an hour, probably, right? Yeah. What time do we start? 3:35? Something like that? So we got about 10 more minutes. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That'll work. All right. So, with that being said, let's get to beveling the bottom of these pieces here, because that's an important step that we need to work. So, what we need to do next is start on this little cutout here, right? Because as of right now, this is straight down. What we need to do is actually bevel it back in to this surface here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start at about a 0.5 millimeter above the actual Gesta plastic here. So we're going to mark that there, and then basically just connect the line, and that's essentially where we're heading with this. Now go straight in from this angle here, just like that. And then we can essentially just start cutting right to there. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. All right. And this is all going to be done by hand. And we just kind of work it down to the angle that we need it, right? Now, this is all just very, very careful knife work, right? Very careful. All right, so it looks like we've got a little bit more focus. There we go. It looks like we got a little bit more plastic we need to remove on this side than the inner portion of this piece. Wait for it. There we go. Get that corner nice and flat there. Perfect. And now we can just go in here with our little file. Let's get the other one here with the flat sides. And then we just kind of clean and smooth this surface nice and flat, right? All right, and then we can compare, and that looks pretty dang close, right? Pretty dang close. Now, what we need to do next is tackle this bevel right here, right? And that is going to be a little bit more on the difficult side. Because essentially what we've got is we've got to come across this this little divot here, and we've got to kind of bevel it that way and kind of make it flat, right? Now, okay, that looks good there. Let me see something here. All right, so that's what the angle looks like, and we're just going like that. Okay. All right. So what we're doing is basically this right here. Start to get that worked in, and that's not too bad there. Okay. Need to go at a bit of a steeper angle from what it looks like. So kind of like this. Yeah, there we are. That's much better. That's what it should look like here. All right. Let's compare that a little bit now. Good, but we need to angle it up more. So we need to come in more at an angle up this way, right? This is the tough part of this bullshit. That's getting better. That's getting a lot better, actually. Cool. All right. The thing that we're looking to do with this piece, this is the original, obviously. We've got this little flat section right down there, and you can see it right there in the highlights and the shadows. That little flat section right down there is made by this bevel here, right? Creeps up into the point, and that's where everything happens. We're starting to get to that point. All right, so now I'm going to switch over to the file here and see what that does for us. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, a little bit more angle. Yeah, see, we're getting there. We're getting there, kiddos. We're getting there. All right, first things first, we need to bevel this here. Good there. All right, where is the other one here? This is 600 grit. Back to the knife, cut the rest of that in. There we go. Very good. Very, very, very good. All right, let's compare. We're getting there. We are getting there. Now, one thing that we can do to speed this up a bit, just a little bit, just to flatten off the top here. Yeah. That done did it. Let's get this a little bit more flat there. And that's pretty damn close, kiddos. That's pretty damn close. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Kind of happy with that. We can angle a little bit more this way. Actually, a little bit even more. All right. Too bad. I can probably take a little bit more off of here to match these up. Yeah. So that will be good. And sometimes you just got to do that. Sometimes you got to do whatever it takes to make the pieces match. Right? It just is that way. All right. Good. It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. All right. Let's do a little finish sanding here on these parts. And what you'll see is this angle break here is not it's not a hard angle break because this is a little curved here. Same thing with this one and this one as well. I think this is the only really kind of hard angle break, so we'll keep that intact. But the other ones we're just going to kind of round over a little bit and just feather in, smooth it out, and we should be pretty much good to go here very, very soon. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So, let's get these popped onto their respective legs. And then, let's compare. There they are. Not too shabby. The angles look like they match. All the lengths and everything like that look good. Yeah. That looks pretty nice. I'm happy with that. I would say we've got matching calves, you guys. Yeah. I would say that's a success. All right. Before we end this, let's go and get caught up in the chat, yeah? Where do we leave off? Smooth Criminals. Yes. There we go. Michael Crumrine says, did you see the G40 doing Michael Jackson dances? It's classic. Yeah, no, I think a dozen people sent me that so far. Yeah, it is pretty good. It's really good stop motion. Yeah. Hey, there's Zach, Mr. Zach Bleich from Galactic Toys. He missed it. He missed the Tiger Drill. Right? We were having a lot of fun with that, Zach. Tiger drill. That's going to be an ongoing thing. Tiger drill. Paktan says, "Oh god, the G40 is a terrible design. Looks more like a transformer with SUV taillights on its chest." I agree. I hate the design. The stop motion was pretty good, but the design is terrible. Let's see. Andrew says, "And yay, someone that I can agree with on the design of G40." There you go. Yeah. Tex says G40 is Little Tyke's Gundam. Ooh. Hot take. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Scuffle says, "LOL, I didn't mean to make you so self-conscious of your in-out frame position, but thank you for doing your best and double-checking." Nah, I just roll with the punches. It's all good. Bill says, "And yes, the aesthetics of the G40 suck, but the articulation is fantastic." Agreed. Paktan says, "I don't know why they got a car designer to do it and not a mechanical designer." Yeah. Tex says, "To be fair, that basically is the start to something bad." She says, "Kind of got to know about one to the other." Fair. Paktan says, "Yeah, but a car designer is more of an artist and only concerned with looks. That is why concept cars never look like actual production models." Yeah. Tex says, he's grossly overqualified to be designing a plastic model. I just don't like the colors. Bill says they got a Porsche designer to design knives, and that worked great. It just comes down to the person designing to deviate too far from the original design, and people not liking it. Definitely has a more G-Reco feel to the build than your old UC Gramps we are used to. Yeah. Tex says, concept. She says, he also designed so many trains. Paktan, nothing against the guy. I just think he took too many liberties. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's ugly, and I don't like it at all. Scuffle says, question.
We have a question.
He says, "Tim, what will this Justa specialize in? Melee, long range, atmospheric reentry, flying back to the ship after being airdropped?" No, Scuffles. This is not going to be a Justa at the end of the day. No, sir, it will not. This Justa is getting turned into something else. It is a base for... actually a remixed RX-78. Yes, RX-78. Son, motherfucker, why you gotta do that to me? Is that even the right one? I don't even think that's the right one. That's better. Yeah, so a remixed RX-78. That's basically what this thing is going to look like. Focus. Nope, it won't. Anyway, that's what we're doing. A remixed RX-78. That's why we're kind of giving it reproportions and stuff like that. There's the start of the chest, and we got the head all figured out and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we're basically reproportioning the legs to be more kind of RX-78-ish. That's why we're focusing on the calves, because the calves on the RX-78 were bulbous, beefy-looking calves, right? Did a lot of donkey raises. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Let's see. Malifest TV says, any tips on surfaces or any tips on sanding curved surfaces in small places? That's a question.
We have a question.
Yeah. Let's go camera 2 for that. And let me show you what I like to do here. I will get a small piece of sanding paper and cut it into a nice long strip, and then shape it into a kind of a T shape like that, right? And then what you can do is you can load these right up in your tweezers, kind of like this. And now you have a very, very controllable little detail sander. So you can get in there and just really kind of go to work sanding, you know, whatever surface that you need, be it flat, be it curved, whatever, right? So that's what I would do, and it works really, really well, actually. Scuffle says to Malifest, use a sponge behind your sandpaper. Depends on how tight the area is, I guess. Yeah. Malifest says, thank you, kind soul. Aw. Just this sponge, any sponge I can get my hands on. Scuffle says, you're welcome, but did you just call me kind? Wow. Scuffle says, yeah, any sponge really. The idea is it helps to conform to whatever shape you're trying to sand. Yeah. Malifest says, which grit? Anything higher so you're not taking too much off? Yeah, I mean, I'd start with like 400 for rough grit, work up to, 600, 800, 1,000 if need be. Depends on the finish that you want. Yeah. So that's what I would do. Scuffle says, if the goal is to take as least as possible, really high grit is what I go for, like above 1,000. Yeah. Superset has a question.
We have a question.
Over there on Twitch. He says, is the Bandai Hobby Open limited to one model, or can we use more than one? I want to say that it's limited to one, but go read the rules, Scuffle, or Superset. I don't remember offhand, to be honest with you. Hey, Gundam Croatia, new follow. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Hey, welcome to the Mecha Army. Officially. Here you go, one of these. Boom. But yeah, Superset, go check out the rules on the Bluefin site. That should be detailed in there. Yeah, it should be detailed in there. So, go give it a shot. Let's see. R. Ferrora says, yeah, the spin blade chisels and 2 scribing templates. Oh, in response, I guess, to Zach. Yeah. And Zach says, sweet, Tim. He says, oh, man, what did you think? You know what? I literally got them out of the post office like a half hour before I went on stream. Mainly because work shit hit the fan today. And I almost didn't get there. So they're still packaged up and everything. So even Tiger Drill, right? We're gonna have fun with that one. But yeah, I haven't tested them yet, so we'll see. I don't know what I have to really test it on, to be honest with you. I have to, maybe I'll paint a spoon or something like that, right? I don't know. We'll see. RF says, can't wait to see what you do with the shoulder armor, Tim. Yeah, well, that's baby steps, right? Baby steps. Gundam Croatia says, nice. So, yeah, hello there. Nice. All right. It's 5:49, folks. It is about that time to cut this one off. I may need a nap before tonight's shenanigans. So come on back tonight. We've got Mechanism at 10 p.m. Eastern in a little over 4 hours from now, until whenever the hell we want to stop. It's going to be a full house tonight. Like, a lot of people confirmed that they're in. So I don't know what we're going to do with that, but I can assure you that it's going to be fun. Yeah. I don't know. I may let someone else host and I'll just kick back and relax and do whatever, but I don't know. We'll see, right? Bill says, Tim, maybe you can practice on the palette for Gramps Revisited here. Yeah, no, well, I mean, it's going to be the same as, the RX-78. It's going to literally be the same. So we'll figure something out. Anywho, all right, you guys, So, with that being said, let's get this. Let's get that on there. My favorite hat. Yeah. If you want one of the Scully hats, www.childofmecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You'll find this hat, many more, shirts, and prints of my work, all sorts of fun stuff in there, so go load up, right? If you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we worked with here today, there is an Amazon link below here on Twitch and YouTube. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, now I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. Excuse me. It goes to help out me, help out the stream, fuel our endeavors moving forward. And lastly but not leastly, if you are interested in kits, paints, accessories, tools, all that good stuff, Mecha Decals, sheets 1 and 2, hit up our good friends right down here, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine folks down there will definitely have what you need. And then also, real quick, whoosh, Tiger Drill from Galactic Toys, Mr. Zach Fleisch. Go hit him up if you want your own Tiger Drill, right? Or these cool-ass, you know, Madworks polishing compounds. Those are cool, too. So, yeah, go hit up Galactic Toys as well. With that being said, if you enjoy what we do here, do like the thing says. Like, subscribe, and follow to the social medias. Do it. You'll be thankful. And if you know anybody out there, people, groups, whatever, man, share the stream with them. Let them know what we're doing here. We're doing some cool stuff, getting you learned up, all that good stuff too. Yeah. Goalie Zero says take the plus 200 on the over under 37 Tiger Drills. Okay, nice. Kelvin Branham says, how about Tex? Maybe. We'll see, right? Game time decision. I don't know. Gundam Croatia, is the high-grade Goof custom a good kit in your opinion? I have no idea because I've never built the high-grade Goof custom, man. I hardly ever build high-grade, so I am probably the worst person to ask in that particular instance. So, yeah. Anywho. All right, kids. Come on back tonight for Mechanism, where you can see a bunch of drunk idiots talk shit about each other, ponder the questions of the universe, and maybe have some DMC, some deep, meaningful conversation in between bouts of alcoholism. And, I don't know, maybe even get some modeling done. It's a rare thing, but it has happened on occasion. It has, yeah. Gundam Croatia says, I heard it's good. Something like High Grade Moon. Yeah. Bill says, looking forward to the comparison between Tiger Drill and Tack Life. Right? So, yeah. There we go. Done and dusted. Let's get out of here. All right, guys. If I don't see you tonight, have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Use common sense. Wash your hands. By all means. Most importantly, build something cool. All right? I'll see you guys. Take care.